I've got all these sized, and now I need to add a primer to them. There's a few different paths you can take, and you don't have to necessarily do it in this order. So here I'm using large pistol primers, magnums. Shoot. But the powder that I have is H110. All the manuals and everything I've ever read, except for like there's always the two people's like, I don't use Magnum primers for that stuff. I don't like to mess with low data too much. It does happen that a lot of my stuff's RCBS. Like, I don't know that the hand priming tool, I don't know that that really matters what brand you got, as long as it works. But this is the one that I've got, so it's the one I use. And if all the other LEE products are made like these dies, I would not suggest anybody buy the LEE primer insertion tool. Now granted, if you do have one and it is of the highest quality and it is not built like their dies, let me know. And actually let anyone else know, so that as they read the comments that they can learn. The whole point of this exercise here is so that we can learn and grow from each other's mistakes. Like I said, I've just got a handful of these cases, so I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a set of dies on something I'm never going to use again. The more I think about it, I don't even have a clue on earth why I'm wasting my time, because I don't even know how I'm going to shoot these rounds. Oh, son of a diddly. Oh, there she is. Putting primers in with the press. This is hands down the best. This and the trimmer that I have are two of the greatest investments I ever made. Now after I pull these out, I like to feel the bottom of the primer just to make sure that it's not protruding past the bottom of the case. So now we take our shell holder, insert it back into the press. There's a shell in there. Remove that, lock that up. I'm just going to hand tighten this. Oh, let's get this stupid thing tightened on. You just don't, I just don't have the same confidence level in this than I have in the other. Now, it just hit the top of the case neck, or the mouth of the case. I'm gonna run that up. Push that in, and here's where they have an extra bullet, and the proper caliber comes in handy. So what I want this bullet to do is just barely set in so it holds itself, but I don't want this thing to be neck down too far. It sticks in there. It's the one way though, it won't continue to go up. Okay, there we go. As far as belling out the mouth, that's perfect for me. Just sets in there. So I didn't say these things won't work, I just said I just don't like them. Okay, you can turn it. All right, now it's time for the pièce de la résistance. That is the bolt seating die. So there are a few differences between this and the RCBS. And one of the big differences is you screw this in all the way down to where your press is fully extended to the top, and then you back this off 3 full turns. For Magnum cases, it says to back it off another 1 3/4 inches turn. And just off of memory, I believe with the RCBS it's just 1 turn. Okay, so that one I'm just testing it out. So I could go down another 1/2 inch. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm loading up 300 grain XTPs in this. That is a big old honking bullet. Now the question is, I know everyone's asking, why on earth do you want to shoot a 300 grain bullet out of a Magnum cartridge out of a hand cannon? Well, the reason why is because this is what was available at Sportsman's Warehouse when I went to go buy stuff, because everybody else is crazy and they're buying everything up. So that's all I had a choice to. The other reason is, why not? I mean, especially considering the fact that I don't even have a gun and I'm never going to be able to shoot these things, I don't really have to worry about the kick. So I know that I can come down about 1/2 inch, so I'm going to set that seating die depth, just, you know, scientifically test that out. I just go a little bit at a time. I want to go up to that can of lure right there. The nice part about revolvers, but I guess you could shoot this out of a lever gun if you had it, is that they're not too picky for what they have. Now I want this to be, I think, 4.064, yeah, 4.064 centimeters overall length. Just a hair more. I don't really mind if I'm not perfect, so that's 4.05 centimeters. Yeah, that's close enough. I mean, it's a fraction of a millimeter difference. So here's our before. It's been primed, has W296 in it. Placing the 300 grain projectile. Slide that in. Let's let the magic happen. Bada boom, bada bing. There you go. That is massive. You can see how deep the bullet is set off that line. That thing just would not want to be on the receiving end of that. I don't like to do the crimp until after. Part of that is if you get it wrong and you set this bullet and you crimp too tight and it pushes just a little bit in, you'll get a ridge, it will bend. Now I realize why the max charge is what the max charge is. It's because there is no room for the bullet and any more powder, or not much more powder. I've got about 54 more of these to load up. All of these bullets have been seated now. What I did is I backed off the bullet seating portion of the die. Drop the die down a little bit at a time. Throw the bullet in. Well, I might have gone too much. I didn't push down all the way, but anyway, you gotta just kind of slightly work around it and try to get the crimp. You don't want the crimp too much, but you don't want the crimp too little either. So anyway, that is a 44 mag loaded with LEE factory dies. I like the fact that they provide load data with it. They give you the shell holder. I think the shell holder is top-notch quality. It's probably the highest quality. It's the one piece of equipment that kind of equals the RCBS quality of stuff. But it worked. I was able to do everything consistently. I didn't have any problems. But like I said, overall, just the fit, finish, I think, and quality of parts, at least something to desire. The paper sucks. Okay, I know that shouldn't matter, but I mean, this thing, I've been using it for just a few hours. All the seams are already tearing. It's falling apart. It doesn't work like a book, so you have to open it like a map, and then, you know, not all of us are smart enough to fold it up the first time. I mean, that took me 3 or 4 times to practice just to get. But anyway, you go through, crimp all your bullets, and you're done. So does it work? Yes. But I mean, if these cost maybe half as much, it might be worth the sacrifice in quality. But where the cost is so close, it makes no sense at all to go with these dies over a better brand. For me, I'm going to stick with the green. It hasn't let me down so far.